Hey guys, welcome to Fordham Insider, the podcast where we will be talking about all things Fordham. I'm Amanda, this is Steph.
And today we are talking about all the dirtiest places around Fordham, all the little secrets around the Bronx. We are talking about some good food places, some academic places that you can go. And more importantly, some more sneaky places out, some bars, and some good places around the campus to hang out and get around. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is Casa de Mozzarella, located on 187th, I want to say, and Arthur Ave. So while everyone will tell you that Tino's is the place to go for meats, cheeses, sandwiches, pasta, etc., Casa de Mozzarella is the OG on Arthur Ave. It is so good. The meat there cannot even be compared to Tino's, in my opinion. It can be a little pricey, but I think it's very much worth it. Amanda, what are your feelings on Casa?
You know what? I have never been here, but I've heard only good things. I've heard great things, actually, and it sounds incredible. It's on Arthur, you said?
It's on Arthur, right next to Peach Wave, actually. Highly recommend. It's always touristy on the weekend. It's always, parents and, people from, Jersey coming in to get, their good meat. So I'd go during the week on an off time, but it is so delicious, and I love it.
I'll have to check it out. Definitely. One of my favorite spots around campus is Prince Cafe. It's also on Arthur. It's pretty far down Arthur, though. It's a productive study environment, which is nice. It's a vibrant atmosphere. It's not super crowded. It is on Sundays, though. I would say it's crowded on Sundays, definitely. But there are great pastries. I got this raspberry cheesecake there once. It was great. You've been there?
I have been there. It sounds delicious. I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake, but I have had, their little brownies and, croissants and things, and they're so good. One thing that we both actually love from Prince Cafe is the mint mocha frappuccino, I want to say it's called.
Yeah,
it's like a milkshake coffee thing. It's essentially like Starbucks, but about $3 cheaper. I would say that's probably my favorite thing there. I don't want to overstate it, but
it's really good. It is fantastic. And I would say it's a secret to Fordham because it was something I definitely didn't know about until sophomore year because it's so far down Arthur. But
yeah, I remember the first time I went, I was just walking down Arthur and I was like, there's no way this place is even here. But then you see it and it's like, oh, it's so cute. There's people sitting around smoking cigs outside. It's a really nice environment for, I think, people who do live in the Bronx and people that go to Fordham. So I think it's a nice mix of people.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there are so many places to shop on Fordham Road and Arthur Ave right there, just all over. There's so many little spots where you can go.
Mm-hmm. I think some of the places we both said that were kind of hidden gems on Fordham Road that people often forget about. They want to go to Manhattan instead. American Eagle, Gap. There are so many different makeup places that you can get wigs and kind of just last minute costume ideas for themed parties and everything. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about going to Fordham. There's really just options everywhere, even without going to Manhattan.
Yeah, definitely. I always see people coming back on the Ram van with grocery bags and whatnot, but we have so many places to get groceries. We have Cherry Valley. I know Walgreens isn't a grocery store, but we have Walgreens. We have Ram's Deli. There's so many places to get fantastic food, especially on Arthur. So I think definitely, there's so many little spots. Specific stores, small stores too, that are just nice to go.
I think
get whatever you need.
King's Value is so underrated. They have literally everything under the sun. I've gotten makeup there. I've gotten garbage bags. I got my fish there. They literally have everything that you can possibly need for about $4. So
yeah,
big
totally.
fan.
And you don't have to go all the way to Manhattan, so that's really nice.
Yeah, I never try to go there unless I have to. I think it's so much easier to be able to actually just go down the street and get shit without having to take the Metro North, take the G train.
Yeah,
so,
for real.
Big fan. American Eagle certainly comes in clutch as well. So I think that's probably where I have to go to the most for last minute tops or whatever for events. I was about a celebrity for parties and different jeans and stuff. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too. It's just convenient.
So we're going to go a little academic. We're not going to talk about these too much because they're not as fun, but I think two things I wish I took advantage of earlier in my freshman career are definitely the Writing Center at the library and career services. So I actually went to career services for the first time this past month, and I was blown away because it was actually so helpful, and I truly felt like I should have gone there 3 years ago. So I think if I was an incoming freshman, I'd want to know about that. And then you want to talk about the Writing Center?
Yeah, definitely. The Writing Center, I remember one of my professors brought my class there freshman year. It was an English class, and I know some professors do that, but I don't think a lot of professors do that. But it's definitely a very handy place to go check out, especially if you're not really sure about your writing. I know for me, when I was an incoming freshman, I didn't have any experience with writing about philosophy or theology or anything like that. And I mean, it is a lot of grammatical things that they'll help you with if you go to the Writing Center, but still, I mean, it's definitely people who know what they're doing and have experience in writing things like philosophy papers. So
Yeah.
that's a helpful thing, yeah.
Which we didn't have freshman year. I think definitely for like even citations, like Chicago style, like coming in, I didn't know that. It was super, super helpful. For those of you just tuning in, this is Fordham Insider with Steph and Amanda. We are talking about hidden gems around Fordham, around the Bronx, and on our campus. So the next we're going to talk about is La Cantina. This is actually a personal favorite place for me. I really hold La Cantina close to my heart. It's right on Arthur Ave. It's the best place to go for a good low-key night. Not a lot of Fordham people. There's a lot of room to dance. There's hookah bars. There's a lot of Coronas everywhere. It is literally just, like, the best place to go with your group of friends. Honestly, a good, like, girls' night place and just dance and have a good time without actually having to, like, worry about looking cute or really putting any thought into the night.
It's really nice to have a lot of room to dance. I think that's definitely a priority because if you go to Mugs and all of those places, there definitely is no room to dance at all.
Definitely not sweating. It's not as, icky as being around a bunch of drunk Fordham kids. So.
Yeah, because when you're a freshman, you come in and you see that these few bars are right there in that corner, so that's where you go because that's where everyone else is going. So definitely a much more public place. So yeah, looking for a nice low-key night, I think that also is definitely the move.
So what about the HoHo Door in O'Hare?
So, okay, definitely useful for pre-gaming and whatnot. So if you want a nice night at La Cantina, you should, and you live in O'Hare, perfect pre-game opportunity before you head over there.
Use that HoHo Door, go straight through the bookstore, sneak in, don't have to sign anyone in. You can sign in your quote-unquote ho, as we'll say. It's a little anti-feminist, but that's what we're talking.
Yeah, it's right near the bathroom, too.
So good. Don't have to sign anyone in and out. Don't have to worry about really having any documentation that you are ever in the building if you're a little sneakster. So that was a big thing for me sophomore year. I had a lot of friends who lived in O'Hare, and it was such a production getting us all signed in, like all like 13 of us. We could like go pregame in like their little rooms. So definitely use that a lot.
Yeah, it's such a weird building, too.
It's so spooky. I still could never be able to find my way around that place, but I'm a big fan. Very useful for incoming freshmen and sophomores, and really any grade, but...
Yeah, I feel like similar to that, there's Finley Basement and South Basement.
The rooms, like all those boys that live down there.
Those basement rooms.
Great.
It's the same thing. Easy to sneak people into.
Very easy to sneak people in, regardless of if it's for, a sexual nature visit or just trying to get in past 3:30 a.m. I know a couple of guy friends I had that lived in Finley our sophomore year. They lived in the basement, and some weekends they would have people, just knocking on the door at all hours trying to get in, trying to use their room. So I think if you do live there, it's probably more annoying for you, but it definitely is a great advantage to have as a Fordham student.
Yeah, because no one wants to pay a fine.
No one wants to pay a fine. No one wants to sign anyone in, honestly.
It's too much.
They're too many hardos. It's not worth it.
Definitely not worth it.
All right, do you want to do one last quick one we want to talk about is Fordham Prep Track. I run there a lot. A lot of people know it's there, but just forget about it. I think it's a really great place to go run outside when it's nice out. And you definitely can only go when the high schoolers aren't there, but I think it's just good to know about if you ever do run outside or you really want to just kind of integrate that into your workout.
Yeah, totally. I always forget about Fordham Prep just because it's so tucked away, but...
And so spooky.
Spooky.
So not the vibe.
Like most things at Fordham, pretty spooky.
Pretty fucking spooky. But
and pretty secret. So those are our top secretive places at Fordham that you guys should definitely check out. I think these are good places.
I think they're great places. I think you guys learned something. I hope going into your freshman year, you take advantage of these, and you hopefully know more than we did. So we will see you guys next week. This is Amanda and Steph signing off on Fordham Insider.
See you guys.